If you're just letting your XRP sit in your wallet, you're missing out on daily rewards. I'm going to quickly show you in this video how you can use your XRP, earn a passive income, and potentially double if not treble your overall XRP bag for eventual bull run. So let's jump straight into it. I was asked this question there the other day in the group. People are asking about XRP. Seems to be the common token that everyone seems to be holding no matter what stage you get onto crypto. XRP seems to be one of them tokens that everyone seems to buy. I think the big reason for this is obviously you have your social platforms, TikTok, obviously YouTube Short. They always seem to push XRP. Can I reach this? Can I reach that? Be realistic. XRP is never going to reach $10,000 that some people think it will, but I want to show you quickly how you can actually utilize your bag, earn more, and potentially, if you're happy and comfortable building into the XRP bag, then I'm going to show you how you can actually upgrade and obviously get much more. So first things first is we're going to jump over here to two different platforms. We're going to look first on DeFi Llama. If you're not sure what DeFi Llama is all about, you're definitely going to want to check out the group. I'm doing a deep dive on this tomorrow. So in here we're looking at correlations, see which tokens match with certain tokens. Now the idea here is you want to get into ones that obviously high numbers up closer to the ones, high greens. Obviously key reason is they go up and down similar to each other, and I think that is one of the major things. We're looking here on the 1 year time frame. Even if you go to the 1 month, you can see XRP Bitcoin is potentially a good pair to get into to yield farm. For the key reason is it is closer to 1. Now obviously over the last 7 days it does drop a good bit. However, if you look at an example here of a token, say BNB USDT is not a good pair. Obviously you have ETH BTC is not a good pair either to be in, or BEAT and BNB. Or ETH and BNB, sorry. So as I said, we're looking to see how can we actually grow our XRP bag and pretty much take it from there. So what I want to do first is jump over here to a tool I have, and again what I'm going to do is just bring up the compound interest calculator, and we're going to assume for most people they probably have around $5,000 worth of XRP in their holdings. So if we bring that up again, and what we want to do is work out positions, and as I mentioned, we have XRP and BTC is a good potential pair. Also XRP and ETH is not too bad, and again over a longer time frame it's still, over the years, not as great. Over the last month, not too bad. So our two positions we're going to be looking at here is XRP and Bitcoin, and XRP and ETH. So let's quickly go up here to DeFi Llama again, and these are different pools that again at this moment in time can be seen for XRP. So we have wrapped ETH XRP on PancakeSwap on Base. Again, super low TVL. However, I would just keep an eye on this. This could be a new pool that has only recently launched. We also have wrapped ETH XRP on Base, which is using Aerodrome. Again, 2 million. APY is around 44%. So it's definitely not too bad of an APY. And we have another options down here, which is USD and XRP. Obviously on Radium, on Solana. Again, low TVL. Something I would definitely be keeping an eye on, and could be potentially risky obviously to get into, so keep that obviously in mind. And another one which was down here I seen somewhere, so we have XRP and BTC. Now these are obviously Coinbase wrapped, so you would have to obviously buy it on, have it on Coinbase, or wrap it to the Coinbase version of XRP to use these. But again, 2.9 getting 13% is not bad APRs to be getting. So as you can see, there is opportunity out there, and I know there's other platforms out there that offer staking, and you can stake your XRP for maybe 6-7%. I think Nexus or Nexium or something like that as a platform, but personally I don't like using them. For simple reason is they're not your keys, not your tokens, basically not your coins. So it's always something, and more than likely what ends up happening is you have to lock it in for a period of time. So what I tend to do is look to yield farm, and definitely is an opportunity to yield farm XRP and grow your bags over time. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to jump over to yield our VFAT. Again, this is going to show different opportunities for XRP again, and the reason I want to show this is so many people out there still look at these tokens, and you mightn't get actually any yield anywhere from, but there is nearly opportunities everywhere. So if we jump over here, you can see at the moment these are the actual APRs. These are the TVL, so 12% for XRP here in USDT. We're getting 4% here. So again, they're not great concentrated liquidity ranges. If we just change the APRs, you get XRP USDT on Base or on Binance. Again, low TVL, so something to keep an eye out on, see what's happening. We have a decent one here on Ethereum. Again, my concern obviously with Ethereum is the actual amount of cost to transact and fees and stuff like that. So we jump over here to farms. Again, I have XRP. We have it over here on Bitcoin pair on Base, as I mentioned already. And you can see a lot more opportunities here for APRs, decent APRs with decent enough TVLs. and it's definitely, as I said, an opportunity that you can actually grow your bag here. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do here is, if we jump back over to DeFi Llama, and if we zoom up and I pick, as I mentioned, wrapped ETH XRP is one option here, so it's 69%. And as if we jump over here and put it in at roughly 69%. So what this is going to allow us to do is we're allowed to get into this position 5,000 of our overall holdings in XRP. What we want to do is yield farm this, and we're just going to yield farm how it's set to a year to give us a breakdown. And we're going to use the rewards on a daily basis to compound. So every day you're going to be getting around $9.45. However, the key thing here is, if your focus here is just to compound the rewards and grow the position, what's going to happen is, at the end of the year, you're going to gain yourself roughly nearly $5,000 on top of their overall holdings, because you're going to compound it in and grow your bag. There are, of course, things to be aware of, impermanent loss, everything like that. And again, I'm not diving into that now, but I just want to showcase people how you can actually use your bag, use your holdings to potentially build it up over time and be in a position where you're actually earning decent fees and growing your position over time. And, you know, hopefully a bull run comes along, you're after doubling, trebling your bag, and as I said, you'll be happy out for doing it that way. So look, as I said, I wanted to keep it kind of short enough, already a little bit long, but the opportunity is here. Key thing is, get your XRP or whatever token you have and potentially get it working for you. Allow it to grow itself, allow it to compound on itself, and instead of just holding your assets all the time, not earning you anything, and you end up having to put more money in to build your bags, you can allow the bags to be built for you. This is going to obviously compound, and if you get into it with a proper strategy, proper approach to it, and not just jumping into some of these random ones that have really low TVLs and APYs are just stupidly high, that ends up getting wrecked in the position. I think that's the key to look at. And as I mentioned, you can see here, XRP, a Bitcoin pair, there's obviously 2.9 million in it, but like as I said over here, it's still very closely tied to each other. So pretty much meaning Bitcoin goes up, XRP goes up, Bitcoin goes down, XRP goes down, and it tends to suffer less impermanent loss, and they better match each other. Not one runs while the other kind of sits down, which can tend to happen with most other assets. So definitely something to pay attention to. Yeah, look, if you're interested in learning more about crypto and learning more about yield farming, how I go about it and things like that, I'll leave a link below for my group. As I said, I launched a group recently, and it's a founding members rate at the moment. You get in now, you stay in it for life for that monthly price. Obviously, that when this is gone, that's it. The prices will change, and obviously it's going to be more expensive. So look, leaving it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.